Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we'll understand the logical operators. So the logical operators are nothing but these operators which performs the logical operation here. And the C language supports the following logical operators. One is the negation, then logical and logical OR operation. Now we'll understand how these logical operations works here. Okay, let us consider a table and we'll understand how these logical and logical OR and negation works here. Okay, let us consider this table. So I'll consider the two inputs. One is the R1 and R2. Okay, then I'll perform the logical AND between these two inputs. Then I'll perform the logical OR between these two inputs. So logical AND, this is the symbol which is used to perform the logical AND operation, and this is the double pipeline which is used to perform the logical OR operation here. Okay. Now let us consider the inputs for these two R1 and R2. If suppose R1 is true, R2 is true, then a logical AND will become true and the logical OR will become true here. If suppose R1 is true and R2 is false, then logical AND will become false. If any one of the input becomes false, the logical AND will become as a false here. Then logical OR will become as a true here. If suppose R1 is false and R2 is true, then the logical AND between R1 and R2 will become as a false. Then logical OR will become as a true. So here T indicates a true, F indicates a false here. If suppose R1 and R2 are both false, then the logical AND operation will become as a false. Then the logical OR will become also as a false here. Getting my point? So this is what the operation of logical AND logical OR when I apply these two inputs R1 and R2. Okay. Now negation. So negation, which is denoted by the exclamatory symbol. Okay. Then if suppose R1 is true, then the negation of R1 will become as a false here. If suppose R1 is true, then the negation of R1 will become as a what? The false here. So this is the reverse process of the input here. If I take a true, then the negation of R1 will become as a false. If R1 is false, then negation of R1 will become as a what? The true here. Okay. So this is the negation and this is the logical and logical OR operation here. Okay. I hope you understood this. The operation of logical and logical OR as well as the negation here. Okay. So these are three operators which supports the C language here. Now let us understand with an example. Let us consider an example to find out the greatest among three numbers or biggest among three numbers here using the logical and logical OR operation here. Okay. So let's start with the program. So first I need to include the header files. So two header files I am going to include. One is studio.h and another one is the conio.h. Why I am using these two header files, standard input output, because I am going to use the two formatted IO function. One is the printf and another is the scanf. Then why I am using the conio.h, that is a console input output header file, because I am going to use the function called getch in my program. So I need to include this header file here. Next is what? Main function. I'll declare it as the void main. Then open brace. Then now the program, what is the program? To find out the biggest among three numbers here. So hence I require three variables. So I'll declare the three variables as int a comma b comma c here. Okay. So I need to read these values. So First I will print one message, printf, enter the values of a comma b comma c. Then slash n I will include new line character. Then read these values using the function scanf %d, because it is a integer data type, hence I need to use the format specifier as what, the %d here. Then address of a, address of b, address of c. Okay, now I have read the three values. Now I need to compare which is the biggest or greater among these three numbers using the logical AND and the logical OR operation. So first you will understand the logical AND operation. So what I will do, if a is greater than b, then using the logical AND operation, and a is greater than c. So what I will do, printf a is greater. A is greater. Getting my point? I am applying the logical AND between these two conditions here. One is, it will check if it is A is greater than B and as well as A is greater than C. If both become true, so what is the truth table? The logical AND. If both inputs are true, then the output is true. That means what? So this condition has to be executed here. Okay. If suppose another condition I need to take, if else if B is greater than A and B is greater than C. So what I need to print? Printf B is greater. Getting my point? So it will check the logical AND, it will perform the logical AND between these two conditions. If both satisfies, if both becomes true, then it will execute B is greater here. Okay. Else printf C is greater. Then use the get ch function. Then close the braces. Okay. So in this if statement, it will check A is greater than B and A is greater than C. If it is true, it will print A is greater. Else if B is greater than A and B is greater than C, if it is satisfied, it will print B is greater. Else if both statements become false, then it will print printf C is greater here. Output, how it will be the output? So first it will ask the, it will print this statement, enter the values of A and B, A, B, C. Then I need to enter the three numbers. I'll enter 20, 10 and 30. So what will be the output I'll get? C is greater. That means what? So this statement is executed here. Got my point? So this is the usage of logical AND in C program. Now let us understand the logical OR operation in a C program here. So let us consider in a C program to check the voting eligibility of a person. Okay. So in our India, the voting eligibility of a person is what? The person should be greater than or equal to 18 years of age here. Then only is eligible for voting here. So I need to write a C program to check the eligibility of a person for voting. So first I need to include the header files. So I'll include two header files, conio.h, then main function, open the brace. Now I'll take the one variable as age here. Okay. Then printf enter the age of a person, new line character I'll use. Then read that value, scanf, integer type value it is. and age. Okay. Now, if age is equal to 18 or age is greater than 18, right? So using the logical operation, I am going to use the condition as if age is equal to 18 and age is greater than 18. If any one of these conditions satisfies, so then I need to include the printf statement as what? Person is eligible for voting. Else printf person is not eligible for voting. Then get ch, get the character from the keyboard, then close the braces. So this is the usage of logical OR operation. If any one of these conditions satisfies, if any one of these conditions becomes true, then it will print the person is eligible for voting. Okay. Or else if the both conditions are false, they are not true, okay, then that means it will execute the else part, that is person is not eligible here. Output. So it will ask enter the age of a person, printf statement first, then I'll enter the age of a person as 18. Consider I entered 18 here. Then it will check if age is equal to 18. Yes, this condition satisfied. That means what? It has to execute this statement here. If suppose I have entered the age as what? 12 here. Okay. So tell it will check 12 is equal to 18. No, it is false. 12 is greater than 18. No, it is false. It will not execute this statement. It has to be executed with this statement, that is else part, printf person is not eligible for voting here. Got my point? So this is the logical OR operation in C program. Thank you for watching this video.